Thank you. Okay, good evening, everybody. How you doing, buddy? Well, I've had a few heart attacks. Okay, obviously, a very hard-fought win, a solid victory. Certainly, anytime you win a football game, it's always a good thing. Certainly, plenty of things that we can still address and get better at. That was obvious, a lot of miscues. But the one thing that I think really sticks out more than anything else is the amount of heart and fight in the football team. Those guys play the way they train in the off season. They keep coming, and they did. Really proud of the way that they continue just to keep plugging away, and have faced some adversity today, and just kept finding a way to get it done, sending it into overtime. And we've been real good in overtime, and we want to continue doing that. So at this time, let's open to questions. Yeah, they ran some shifts and motions that caused a little confusion, in our secondary, and found a way to get some coverage, mix-ups for us, and some mismatches for them. The quarterback did have some nicely placed balls, but a couple of them were wide open shots that we need to do a better job at, that we got to fix. When you go tempo like that, you need to be ready to adjust on the run, on the fly. You got to be able to check out there and do so. I need to view the film, obviously, to see exactly what didn't go our way. Credit to them for coming up with some pretty good stuff, but we do have it within our package to adjust and make plays on such things. So we have to tighten that up and get better at it. A one-man wrecking crew. I gotcha. Yes. Felt we needed a change. We didn't do a good job last week. We averaged we had a net of 33 last week, and so felt it was time for a move. Jack's been doing a good job in practice, and he's certainly he's a talented guy, and just no hesitation, just made a move, really up the competition. Maybe that'll wake up Josh a little bit, and he'll come back strong this week and have a better week. Punt coverage, we were good at returning. Somewhat, we put the ball on the ground, which is no good. We had a penalty on one that really, again, could have really kind of broke the game open a little bit. Not break it open, but it could have given us a two-score lead, and we had a penalty that was really far away from the ball, and not very smart. And on the flip side, we didn't cover punts as well as we can. I'd like to think of their guy more as a wrecking crew, against us. He really had some nice returns. Amani Davis, local guy, good football player, great young man, and we have to certainly improve in those areas. So, special teams coverage on punt, special teams kickoff did a good job. Now, Jack did boot the ball to the end zone pretty well. Jack seems to be back on track, kicking the ball, field goal wise. Field goal protection was improved as well. Our punt return unit, blocking wise and holding up, did a good job. Gave us space to return. One counted, the other one was called back. So we were able to create some plays there. And offensively, we were able to respond. We're down by 2 scores. Our 2-minute offense has been real efficient. Even last game was efficient. It was efficient again this game. I thought Darren Mallory stepped up and hit a couple nice runs. I think there, if he doesn't slip at the end, he also scores in overtime. He tried to cut and lost his footing for a little bit. I think Jake started off the game really well. I think he got winded. I think when he got winded like he did on those couple long runs and went after that, I thought we kind of had to hone him back in. Thought he was, just wasn't himself for a few series, and then the second half just started getting on that roll again. Defensively, we had our moments. Obviously some weren't real good, and then some of them, were real good, particularly in overtime when we needed a big stop, particularly when we created a short field, after a fumble. So all in all, it was one of those games, as you saw. It just kept going back and forth. And we had one more punch in our system than they did. But credit to them, to Coach Bowden, Coach Amato, Coach Buckley, and those guys. I know them really well. They've got their guys playing hard. Combination. I think a combination. I don't think he's ever run that far in his life. I mean, he goes for what was it, like 50 at first, and then another 25 after that. And then they were playing so much man, they were closing on the tailback that it was. It's his read, take the ball and go. And he ran a few more, and he took a couple real good shots. Wasn't dinged up or anything, but, maybe a little bit rattled. but he's a tough kid, and he got himself back together in a hurry. His teammates certainly rallied around him, and he came back a little bit stronger in bits and pieces. Certainly wasn't an overwhelming comeback, but at the end of the half, put a good drive together, and then the fourth quarter really started getting things going. I thought Richard Leonard had a spectacular punt return and then put one on the ground, which we have to get much better at. That kind of stuff is not going to do us well in the future, so we must get it corrected.
I know it's early, but were most of the injuries really cramps, or was there anything serious involved?
Well, Alex Robinson, he hurt himself on the kickoff. He did a great job. I thought our kickoff team got a whole lot better. And Alex is one of the reasons, why it is better. He plays a key role on that. He went down there and got caught in the turf, and he injured himself a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see the results, when you see the doctor tonight. Go get some tests done on him. Besides that, nothing too major. Just football collisions, Go shake it off, come back in.
You mentioned the drive at the end of the half. How big, how much of the lift do you think that provided?
It was large. It was tremendous. Yeah, it was. It was really important for us to come out and play a game. We had a real sour taste in our mouth all week. We all know that. And to be able to jump out and score like that right away, get a whole, stop on defense, and then what looks like, a punt return for a touchdown, all of a sudden, hey, we're playing FIU football like we know how to play. And then when that got called back, we just got out of rhythm for a while. Happy about the fact that we did, end up scoring, a good chunk of points, more than we have scored in a while. But I still think we're a better offense than what we're showing,
How do you feel about this play defense? A lot of points.
It is. It is. Well, there's a lot of pride. There's a lot of pride in our defense and in our team, and we've got some work to do. That's the best way to address it. I mean, we have some good players there, and a good chunk of senior leadership. And again, there were moments tonight that weren't good, and they'll tell you that it wasn't good. But one thing, they continued to find a way to make plays in critical situations. And sometimes when they didn't come up with a play, the offense came back and helped us rebound. So we've got to get better. Certainly, giving up that chunk of points isn't our style of defense and is not winning football for us.
Is Kendrick okay, or is it just a matter of going with Malik?
He's a little banged up. Yeah, he's a little bit banged up. I don't see anything serious with Ked. I think he'll be fine. But, he carried the ball a bunch last week, and he started carrying a bunch this week. He had 11 carries this time. Jake ended up carrying the ball a bunch tonight, But 80 offensive plays, all those plays where he's blocking and protecting, all that stuff as well. I mean, those take a toll a little bit. So, but I think he's okay. Hopefully we'll get a good injury report later tonight, and hopefully things will be ready to roll so we can get to work on our next opponent on Sunday. Partly, we had ourselves a couple real good runs. I think we moved the ball well. We scored on it as well, which was important. But we feel good about the offensive line, the direction we're going. Coach Mario Cristobal done a great job with them, and felt that we needed something in there that would provide a little bit more attitude, to short yardage and whatnot. And I think Greg Hickman is a very versatile guy, and hopefully on film it looks as good as it looked, out there. In the overtime, you like to punch it in more now. We had a couple shots out of that personnel grouping. We didn't move it as much as we want to, but all in all, I think it was an effective first go for that personnel grouping.
You don't have much luck on
Never have. I have no idea why, but no, we haven't, but it is what it is. I mean, those calls are going to go either way. Sooner or later, they're going to go our way. But they were, looking from what I could see up there, they were probably, the SIP one I couldn't see, and we had information, and we thought upstairs that he did catch the ball, and it was hard to see. We don't get the looping replay on the big screen, So.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
This one?